Exactly.
Get it all done and over.
This personnel too. I don't know. They're meeting.
Really low or really high.
Yeah, and.
Okay.
Finance and personnel. And the money.
Oh, okay, so that makes more sense.
Yeah, I've got the sheet someplace. I think you're like,
I don't have it with me.
yeah, you're not till,
Shit.
the 30th.
You'll second.
30th,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's personnel.
in finance. I don't know which one.
Good morning. Welcome to the first Human Services Committee meeting of 2025. It is 10:44 on January 21st. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the prior committee meeting? That would have been in November. Supervisor Turner and Supervisor Patchett on the second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I would just like to make some brief comments before we begin the meeting. This is the Human Services Committee meeting. As all meetings, my role is to facilitate the meeting. That means that I invite members to ask questions, to engage in discussion and respectful debate. What we won't tolerate is name calling, inappropriate language, and mean-spirited conversations. Spirited conversations, great. Let's discuss our differences, but in a respectful, civil manner. We have our parliamentarian, Amanda Allen, to assist us. We have our county attorney's office to assist us. We have our county administrator to assist us. And oftentimes we have the chairman of our county to assist us. So everything should go smooth. Let's be respectful of each other and get to business. We have three essentially departments with us. We have the Warren County Youth Bureau, we have Countryside Adult Home, and we have the Warren County Department of Social Services. Good morning to Sue and Sean, who are with us from the Youth Bureau. Oh, before I do that, I think we need to have a privilege of the floor. Is there anyone from the public that would like to make a comment relative to the agenda? Hearing nothing, the floor is yours, Sue. I see one request. If you'd like to walk us through that, please.
Sure. The only request that I have today is to appoint members to the youth board, the Warren County Youth Board. And the role of the youth board is to help make decisions primarily about the youth dollars that come from the state, called the Youth Development Program funding, youth sports opportunity, education funding, and youth team sports funding. So the youth board meets 4 times a year and with the primary role of allocating those funds. So I would request that everyone on the list be appointed for a 3-year term, which according to our bylaws, they can go 1 to 3, and we would request the 3-year term. All were in agreement, but I did neglect to add Jack Sweet to this list. So I would request that Jack Sweet, who is a youth on that also serves on our governor's statewide youth councils, and I neglected to put him on this. That would be our ask, is for all of these people plus Jack to be appointed to the youth board for 3-year term.
A motion to bring this to the floor with the one amendment, Jack Sweet from City of Glens Falls. Supervisor Runyon. Do I have a second? Supervisor Turner on the second. Questions or discussion? Hearing nothing, I will ask the question. All in favor of approving request number 1, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. So moved. Anything else that you'd like to add?
Just an update that the resource allocation plan, we just got notification on Friday that it was approved. We'll be moving into that next phase of contracting.
And we'll be hearing from you in
Yes.
upcoming months. Great. Super. Thanks very much, Sue. Next, we'll go to Countryside Adult Home. And Amy is with us. See, we have one request from Amy. If you could walk us through that, please, Amy.
Absolutely. So we ran a little short in 24 for the part-time salaries. So I need to move 30,000. And honestly, it's not quite 30,000, but when you're doing this, you don't have all of your numbers for the year. So we really ran short 23,836.62. We're gonna move that from full-time salaries to part-time salaries. The whole reason for this was because we were running short on our overtime. So you're weighing things out during the year. And with us using so much per diem, which actually kept things down on our part-time, our overtime, was helpful. We ran short, so that's it.
Motion to move this to the floor, Supervisor Strainer and Supervisor Runyon on the second. Questions or comments? Hearing nothing, I will ask the question. All in favor of request to move the monies, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimously moved. Thank you. Anything else that you, oh, yeah, go
I
ahead.
just backtrack, just a quick question. How many hours does a part-time employee work in this instance when you have part-time employees?
Well, it's generally our per diem. Our part-time, we only really have one part-time. Well, 2 part-time people, they're 24 and 32, but most of the per diem people are put under that part-time salary code, so that's where we're using it up.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Hearing nothing, oh yeah, go ahead.
Because it's 2024 monies, we no longer do the transfers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
Okay.
last year they had me come in and do it, so I was like, oh.
I just.
good.
We don't do, we just leave it. What we'll see at the end is that you have money left in your overall for the county. It'll be. You can do it within your, 200 and 400 codes. You can do a budget transfer through February. Trying to remember what that cutoff is for your, February, but because this has to go to the board, we no longer do 2024 transfers. For salaries.
Need to.
Do we need to retract that?
No, we'll just note it in the minutes that the motion was made, but the action is not necessary.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
That's why we have these resources here to help us through those technical things. So thank you very much for that. Anything else for Amy? Again, thank you for the for those of us who were able to make it up to Warrensburg for the tour, I think, last month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I really do like to show the place off and the staff.
Great.
It was a good, good exercise, good presentation. Great.
Okay. 2/3 of the way there, although Nina's agenda is a little bit longer. And we also have Julie Montero here with us, and I believe our new fiscal manager also. But go ahead. We've got 9. We've got 9 requests, Nina. And in your recommendation, do you see any of these being able to batch together?
Yes, so I was going to request, if we could combine 1 through 5. They're all to increase revenues and appropriations for the 25 budget to reflect the remainder of the program allocations. So this includes the Code Blue allocation, the Shelter Arrears Eviction Installment Program, the Family Centered Services Initiative, TANF allocation, the Federal Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, and the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act, as well as the Municipal Safe Harbor funding. So these programs are all 24-25 funding. So the allocations have been put in for 24, and we just need to put in the remainder of those allocations in the 2025 budget for program reimbursement.
Is the committee comfortable with combining 1 through 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's bring that to the floor. Supervisor Strainer and Supervisor Runyon on the second. Any other questions or comments for Nina regarding request 1 through 5? Hearing nothing, I will call the question. All in favor of approving requests 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Let's move on to number 6.
So just as we learned for request number 6, I believe we have to take this out because we can no longer do it for the 2024.
Okay.
I don't know if we do anything else there.
If you have money, just to know, if you have money in any of the codes that you have authority over and can move the money from another 400 code to contract somewhere else. I know you're using, because that was probably where you had the bucket, but if you can move those you can still do through the February, and I'm gonna guess 14th cutoff date, that's the date of.
Okay.
So when members get our minutes to this meeting, that'll be kind of explained and
The minutes will show that item 6 was withdrawn, basically, because that action.
okay, great. Okay, thank you. Number 7.
Okay, so request number 7 through 9, if we could combine the requests. They are to continue our agreements with the Sheriff's Department for security services, fraud investigative services, and the IT department. These are continued agreements. The amounts are already reflected in the 2025 budget, but the contract needs to be updated to include those amounts.
Committee members, good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Motion to bring that to the floor, Supervisor Bruno, Supervisor Runyon on the second. Any other questions or comments for Nina regarding 7, 8, and 9? I'll call the question. All in favor of approval of request number 7, 8, and 9, intermunicipal continuation agreements. Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Actually, if we could just swap, Julie to go first to give.
Sure.
her
Yep.
last-
Morning, Julie.
I'll swap her, Julie.
Okay.
Okay, the budget, this budget and revenue for January through December 2024. We're still paying 2024 expenses throughout January. The next month will really show the truest picture. But the way things look right now, we should fall well within the 2024 budget. And same thing for revenue. We're almost at the projected now. So I'm anticipating getting there by the end of January.
If people have had a chance to read the finance report, any questions or comments for Julie? Okay. Thank you.
It's just Julie's last meeting with us.
So on behalf of all of us at DSS, please join us in congratulating Julie on her retirement.
Congratulations.
So Julie began her career with Warren County at the Career Center, now known as Workforce Development, and has spent the last 14 years with DSS as our fiscal manager. She is an expert in all matters fiscal at DSS, and has been incredibly helpful in onboarding new staff and commissioners like myself, particularly during the smooth transition to our new fiscal manager, Jill Mamone. Julie, you have officially passed the torch to Jill and can now take a step back from the constant stream of my questions. May your days be filled with relaxation as you celebrate this milestone that marks the beginning of a new adventure. Enjoy every moment and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And welcome, June, Jill.
Thank you.
Whoever. Anything else? No pending items, anything else? Any members of the committee have anything to announce or to state? Okay. Privilege of the floor and public comment. Anyone from the public have anything to add? Hearing nothing, great, we're right on time.
Good job.
A motion to adjourn, please.
Sure.
Supervisor Bruno and Supervisor Runyon on the second. That's it.